So Joe Biden's agenda hangs razor's edge, all that stuff. Is it actually gonna happen? Is really not looking like it, but we're supposed to pretend that there's a good chance because after all, maybe he will turn and fight against Joe Manchin, Kristen Sinema. I don't know, he still hasn't used their names, but as JR has been saying, maybe he's getting ready to, that would be something. We're gonna have a little bit more of his speech in just a second. I just wanna throw out sort of a hypothetical because we have what Joe Biden is actually doing, which is there's two people and they don't support me. I don't recall their names, but they're. What if there was a president who was completely willing to torch even members of his own party, even unfairly, calling them names, like supporting their primary opponents, hounding them on social media? What possible effect could that have? Could it possibly, I don't know, result in him having everything he wants from his party? Yes, we have that example. The entire Republican Party was terrified of Donald Trump calling them out and making them bad. Well, they still are. That's totally true. And he's not even president anymore. Joe Biden is president. He is the de facto leader of the Democratic Party, which is not just a symbolic thing. He can turn the Democratic Party against some of them, support primary challengers, throw money against them, run ads against them. He can go and do rallies and stuff like that. These are all things that he could do. But he's acting as if, well, I don't know, no president has ever exercised, like ever used the bully pulpit before, let alone against their own party. No, they totally could. Now we're gonna talk about those possibilities. Here is a little bit more of what Joe Biden actually had to say about the path he sees forward for some of the most important pieces of legislation.
Earlier this year, the House of Representatives passed For the People Act to protect our democracy. The Senate will take it up later this month, and I'm going to fight like heck with every tool at my disposal for its passage. The House is also working on the John Lewis Voting Rights Act, which is critical to providing new legal tools to combat the new assault on the right to vote.
Okay, so how like heck is he gonna fight? I don't know, he won't even say the word hell about it. So doesn't seem super strong right off the bat. I'm gonna fight like golly gee willikers. I'm gonna go at them with everything I've got. Okay, JR, how much is he gonna go at him? Are we gonna hear their names? Is he gonna say the word Manchin?
Well, okay, this is the thing. When you make declarations like this, you're setting yourself up to either do it or then be talked about for not doing it. Again, he said like he wants to get rid of student loan debt. You point this out a lot. And he says, well, like heck, they won't do it. But hey, bro, you can do it. People will point out what that is in your toolbox. Yeah, you can point out, hey, I'm gonna utilize every tool in my toolbox to make sure this works. The problem is your toolbox is clear, it's transparent. Everyone can see what's in it because along those same lines, we know what's in your toolbox, and even folks who don't know what all is in your toolbox, there's experts that do know what's in your toolbox, and they will talk about what it is that you can and cannot do after the Senate potentially doesn't do those things. So you make these declarations about what you're gonna do and how hard you're gonna be on things, but you gotta finally do it. And that's, we'll see if the toolbox gets opened, because this sounds like the approach he's done before. This is what I'm gonna do. We have to do it. I'm gonna pressure, make them do it. And then when they don't do it, he kind of goes, I need them to do it for me. And suddenly you don't have any tools left. You're just using your hands. Now, last thing, the reason Joe Biden likes to go through these things is he's in a sweet spot right now. He's in a point where Republicans really are grasping it. They really are. They're grasping at straws for ways to criticize him. They can't find anything to criticize him about. They couldn't even find a way to criticize him on the Palestinian and Israeli conflicts because he was on their side. So everywhere he goes, he's still laying in this very hard, he's everything is bouncing off him because only people who have an issue with him are progressives. And who listens to progressives, in general?
I mean,
there's a growing
people in our audience right now, that's about it.
Yeah, people in power are like, progressives, that's why they're trying to push on him so hard. Joe Biden is this Bernie Sanders progressive, and then everyone laughs and doesn't make any sense. They're having trouble having things stick to him, so he doesn't want to do anything that's even one step outside of the normalcy of being, Grandpa Joe that no one touches because he hasn't offended anyone yet. So he's still looking to not offend.
Oh no, JR, you just gave me an idea. We all have to start a Joe Manchin fan club. If progressives all like him, then the Democratic establishment doesn't give a damn about him anymore. They can mock him, they can spit in his face, they'll throw him to the side like he's nothing. All we have to do is make like a Manchin So Punk t-shirt or something like that. If we say we like him, he's gone.
We can do the hope and change coloring thing that Obama had and put like, oh, we can't mock him. We have to go hope and retain the Senate.
Yes. If this is what's necessary. Okay, we're gonna work on that. Hashtag I like Manchin. I don't even like joking about that. But anyway, okay, so that's what Biden is gonna do really fast. What do Manchin and Sinema think about him almost naming them? Well, neither of them responded to requests for comment from the Hill. But I will say, we went through Manchin last week saying we're gonna get this Capitol investigation. There's good Republicans out there. There's no need to mess with the filibuster. And then no, we're not good Republicans. They're not doing it. And so we're like, oh, I totally wonder, will he change as a result of this new information? No, he told reporters yesterday, I'm not separating our country, okay? I don't know what you all don't understand about this. You ask the same question every day, it's wrong. I mean, he's kind of right there. People do keep asking him the same stupid question because they know the answer. He's not being honest. He's not like, well, I won't reform the filibuster because there's this alternative. He doesn't think that alternative exists. He's not that stupid. He's lying to you.
Absolutely.
And so Sinema didn't have anything to say. By the way, she didn't even vote in that legislation. She told AZ Central she missed the vote because she had a family matter. Sure, she seems honest. I definitely believe, just be vague, be super vague, and I totally trust you. It's not that you don't want to go on the record as supporting it in advance of you like switching to the Republican Party or something. Anyway, well, final wrinkle to this, JR.
Yeah, go ahead.
Is that he said with the voting rights legislation, he's going to be asking Vice President Harris to help these efforts and lead them among her many other responsibilities. I honestly don't know what she's tasked with lately. But anyway, with her leadership and your support, we're gonna overcome again, but it's gonna take a hell of a lot of work. So Harris is gonna be dispatched to make this happen. Does that raise the chance that it happens?
Maybe, I guess. I mean, again, you can send out your vice president to go and do some of the things that you don't want to have to do to make yourself, in your mind, Joe Biden's mind, look bad. Or give them any ammunition to fire at you, let them fire at Kamala Harris. I'm not sure if that's what the thought is here, or that she's better at this than you are. Maybe it's both. But I mean, I like the development mostly based on the fact that I do think she has more of a push and a fire and an approach the way she's gonna speak about this that I think maybe can help. At least it'll change the narrative. It's definitely not gonna change the minds of people like Joe Manchin and any Republican. In fact, they probably invited so they can have a new angle to attack the first female black vice president that they can, and they figure that's a winning strategy. Trust. The only thing Republicans care about, especially ones that are still in office right now, is winning the next midterm election. That's all they care about. And now they're looking for targets, and maybe Kamala gives them a new one. But I don't care if she says the right things.
Harris wants to presumably be president in like 4 years, probably. Like she has to know her odds of winning if these bills are allowed to stand in all these states the Republicans control, like, is much worse. So like, just be like coldly ambitious in a good way for once. Like, do the right thing, even for the worst selfish reasons. I don't know. I don't know if she actually will. What the audience did help out with one thing though. There's a lot in what Sinema said that's hard to decipher, but someone pointed out that the Family Matters she had to attend to was almost certainly a rerun of the classic 90s sitcom. For more political news breakdowns, interviews, stories of activism, and me trying my hardest to care about the occasional big celebrity news story, subscribe to our YouTube channel at youtube.com/thedamagereport. And you can ring the bell wherever it is so you don't miss anything.